Welcome to my story. I'm so thankful that all of y'all are watching this. I just want to say a disclaimer here at the beginning that this story is not a factual story because it is a story based off my memories. And memories can get convoluted, they can get distorted, but this is the story of how I remember my life. So it is my truth, but it isn't factual. So, who do I think I am? Well, let's see.
Yay! So, with fourth grade completed, the summer of fourth grade, I mostly spent with my grandmother, and it was a lot of fun. And I really didn't see my mom. I still didn't see my mom or my little brother. I did hear rumors though that my mom was divorcing my stepdad, that a divorce was happening. So I did hear the rumors of a divorce, but I didn't get to see her that summer. And I do want to say, because today, whenever I went over to my dad's house, I was reminded, um, rewind just a little bit. Back whenever I was in second and third grade, my stepfather noticed that I was reading the Bible all the time, and he wanted me to also have a well-rounded education. So he ended up ordering me an Encyclopedia Britannica, and he would always quiz me on stuff. If I asked him a question, he'd be like, "Go look it up in your encyclopedia," and it was really cool. They came in the mail in pieces, so like I got the A, and then I got the B, and then I got the C. So that was really cool. I do want to rewind, and I do want to make sure that that's known in there because it was an important part of my story. There are times that I remember, my Encyclopedia Britannica, but I also remember my Bible. So there's that. Yeah, my fourth grade summer was just kind of like a replay of my third grade summer, Bible school, lots of fun. This time I'm saved. I know that I'm saved. I'm trying to conquer my lying self. And good luck, right? Right. I had a lot to learn about what lies were, but I was trying to be the best Christian that I could be and still reading my Bible through and through. And at my dad's, my stepsister would go to church too. There was a church bus that would come pick her up, and I would go with her sometimes. Whenever I went with her on this church bus, they were showing prizes that people could win if they were good, different prizes, and one of them was a paddle ball. And I was in the very back row, and this paddle ball broke while they were demonstrating it. It flew over everyone, and it came and hit me right here. Yeah, I had a scar right there, but it's gone away. But yeah, it hit me right here, and I was just like, ow! And I was just like, oh man, that hurts really bad. It was like really, really painful. And so the people were trying to get me to lift up my hand. I felt like I needed to keep my hand on it, but they were trying to get me to take my hand off. And whenever they did, I saw the blood just like pour out into my hand. And then all of them were like, whoa! And like some of them came up and they were put their hands on me, praying on me. That was a very scary experience because I was like, what's gonna happen to me? Oh no. And they ended up taking me in the back, and they called my grandpa. My grandpa came to get me and took me to the doctor to get stitches put in, and I freaked out about getting stitches put in my eye because they were coming right at my eye. I could see. And I freaked out about them putting stitches in my eye. That they had like, I don't know, 6, 7 people have to hold me down so that they could stitch up my eye. But they did it, and it worked out really well. Later on, the church sent a gift basket to me, and it was really sweet. But yeah, it worked out really well. So that's one of my memories from then. And fifth grade, so I was getting ready to start Valonia school again. I was so excited to be going to the same school again another year. I'd made my friends, and I was so excited to be going to my same school. And my mother shows up and says, nope, she's got to come with me. And it didn't make any sense, but apparently I had to go with my mom. And that frustrated me a lot. But one cool part was she was marrying the manager of an apartment complex, and that does not mean that he had any kind of money or anything or was any kind of special. He was just a manager of the apartment complex. Basically, his rent was free as long as he took care of the apartment complex. It was in the ghetto, and I say that bad, but I loved living in the ghetto. I love that I grew up in the ghetto, and I love my experiences in the ghetto. There was a trailer park right before you got to the ghetto apartments, and in those trailer park, guess what? One of my best friend from 4th grade moved to the same town. She was living in the trailer park and I was living in the apartments. So that worked out so cool and I was so happy. And then my mom says, "We're moving." Woman, I was just getting on your side because I had my friend here. So I had to tell my friend once again, goodbye. We're moving. And we moved to a small little bitty town and it was cute. I mean, I guess it was safer than the ghetto, but I loved my time in the ghetto. I mean, I had so much fun. A lot of kids and I would always go and gather up all the honeysuckles and I would like make a mud pie and honeysuckles and berries and leaves and stuff, and we'd play like house and stuff with the little girls. And the little girls there, they would always be braiding hair. They had their baby dolls, they braid hair, and I'd go over to their house. We'd all be braiding hair, watching TV, and yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed my time there. And then we moved to this small little bitty town, and it was pretty cool there too. And the school was pretty awesome, and that's where I got my favorite 5th grade teacher, Miss Wilcox, and she was the best teacher. And I'm so blessed to have her in my life as a teacher because she was a wonderful teacher. And she did die whenever I was a teenager, and that was sad. She died of cancer, but she was an old lady, and you know, a lot of times old lady teachers are bitter and burnt out, but not Miss Wilcox. You could tell her calling in life was to be a teacher, and she took it seriously. And I learned a lot from her that year. I think I grew up a lot from having her as a teacher, and I'm so grateful that I ended up there. And I met one of my good friends, and she was from up north, and she was really awesome. And I had a lot of fun playing over at her house. And my brother, this was the year that I was not very kind to my brother. Just down the road from us lived a little boy who was my age. He was not in my class, but he was in my grade. And he had a little brother, my brother's age. And so they were friends. And he always picked on his little brother. And I guess, I don't know, I wanted to be cool or something. So I'd pick on my little brother too. And me and him would do mean things to our little brothers. And like one time we put them in a thing and rolled them down a hill. My brother's like, "Misty, I enjoyed that. That was so much fun." But I felt guilty about it for years. And me and my brother, we got into a lot of fights. And I was bigger than him at this time. I'm like 11, and he's 4 years younger than me. So 10, 9, 8, 7. He's like 7, and I'm 11. And I'm able to beat him up still. And he would be like, "You just wait till I'm older than you." And I would just laugh and laugh and laugh because he ain't ever going to be older than me. So, yeah. And so, yeah, I wasn't the best big sister to my brother that year. But that was the year that my mother tried to be a housewife. And it was really nice. She was there all the time. She was there to do my hair every morning for school. And one morning she was doing my hair and she noticed that I had lice. And yeah, I had lice a lot as a child. And she was like, "Oh no, you can't go to school today." And my brother's like, "Me either?" And she's like, "Nope, not you either." She's like, "I gotta go to the store and get some stuff." And so she went to the store, and me and my brother were so happy that we weren't sick, but we didn't have to go to school, that we went out to the bus stop just to tell them, "Go on, move on. We're not going to school today. Move on, move on." Me and my brother did that. So crazy. And also, my 5th grade year was the year that I noticed that there was a little nest in our tree, and I would climb up to look at the nest, and I saw that they laid some eggs, and I wanted them, so I took the bird's eggs out of the nest and I put them in my sock drawer and forgot about them. And later on, my mother was trying to get me ready for school one day, or get me ready for something. She opened my sock drawer and she's like, "What in the world are these bird eggs doing in here?" They were rotten eggs by then. My 5th grade year is also the year that I found a stray puppy and brought him home. And my mom's like, "No, we don't need a puppy. We do not need a puppy." And so I had to hide him. And me and the boy down the road, who is my same age, we took care of him and kept him in this old barn that nobody used anymore. And we would go to the store and steal puppy food to feed this puppy. And we'd steal candy too. And it wasn't good, and I don't recommend it. I did pay my karma for that. I've had my karma payback for a lot of my thefts. Hopefully all of them. I do believe all of them by now. But yeah, it's not good. If you can't take care of a puppy, don't take care of a puppy, okay? But I was just a young kid and I didn't quite know what I was doing yet. So it is what it is. And my 5th grade summer was the summer. Oh, and my 5th grade year was the year that my dad also got a divorce or got a breakup from my stepmom. I think they just broke up this year. Maybe it was later that they divorced, but they had broken up, and my dad no longer would pick me up on the weekends, and it was really sad for me because I would be like, "My dad's gonna be here. It's my dad's weekend, Mom, okay? My dad's gonna pick me up, okay, Mom?" And I would pack my bags, and I'd go sit on the porch and wait for him, and throughout the night, Mom would finally come out late at night and be like, "Baby girl, I think you should go to bed. I don't think your dad's coming." And it was heartbreaking. And then one time my dad came and he did pick me up with some other dude, and he was like partying hard and like put me in the back seat of the car, and they're like smoking cigarettes, smoking me out, and just loud music blaring in my ears. And I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go deaf." And oh goodness. And then like at his house, it was just loud music blaring the whole entire time. You ain't gonna get no sleep over there. It's loud music going on. So oh goodness, I think it was a good thing whenever he didn't pick me up. So there's that. And then the summer of my 5th grade was whenever my cousin, who was 2 years younger than me, the one that was at the funeral and the one that also stayed the night with me that one time, I was like, "She's too much." She came over and we were just so bonded, and we decided to run away. We were going to run away. We took a bunch of food out of the fridge, and we took a bunch of blankets, and we wrapped them up. We took the dog, the little rat terrier dog that we had, and we took off on our bicycles, and we were gone for a couple days. We would camp out in the woods, and then we'd go further, and whenever we ran out of food, we started stealing from little stores along the way, and we would go so far, camp, and then steal some food and go so far and camp, and then I don't know, it just became obvious that we can't keep doing this. So we decided to turn around. And so we turned around and we had to do the same thing to get back, because it was just as long. If it was a couple days to get there, it's a couple days to get back. And so you got to camp and eat and, steal some food to be able to eat and camp and then come back. And whenever we came back, my mama was mad. She was like, "Don't you ever take my food and my blankets. If you want to leave, you leave on your own with your own stuff." Ooh, that was crazy for me, and it hurt my heart. It really did. It felt like she didn't even care that I was gone. She just cared that I took her stuff, and that's all that mattered to her. And that was harsh. It was harsh for me. So that was my 5th grade year and a little bit of my 5th grade summer. And that's all the time that I have for you today. The next one, I will be telling you all about my 5th grade summer and my 6th grade year. So get ready. Here it comes.